Welcome and thank you for joining me this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, whichever time of day that you have decided to join me. Where I'm currently at, it is a chilly fall morning, and I'm excited to practice with you today. We're going to do a nice, gentle flow, just to kind of relax and gently move our bodies. A few things to maybe think about before we get started is having some props with you, a yoga block. You can also use a coffee can, a box of juice boxes, a large book, a yoga strap, or a belt or a scarf, and maybe a light blanket. And as always, you can also follow me at Everybody's Yoga LLC on Instagram. And again, thank you for joining me here today. Let's get started in a nice seated Sukhasana, easy pose, legs crisscrossed or out in front of us, whatever is comfortable to you. Get yourself nice and grounded. Palms on the tops of your knees, palms down for some extra grounding, palms opened up to accept all of the energy the universe has to give us today. And let's just start with some nice deep inhales, allowing our bellies to expand, and nice long exhales, letting it all go. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. Inhaling those arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing them back down to our sides. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, dropping the right hand to the mat. Left arm high above us, looking towards the front of the room, up at the ceiling, or down at the mat, whatever feels good for your neck. Remembering to breathe. Inhaling back up through center, and then dropping our left hand down on the mat, right arm high above us, feeling that nice, yummy stretch in our side body. Inhaling arms up, and then rotating to our right side, left hand on right knee, right arm behind us, looking over our right shoulder, or keeping our neck neutral, looking forward. Inhaling both arms up and taking that twist over to our left side. All of these beautiful twists that we do in yoga are so good for our digestive system to keep it going and functioning properly. Inhale both arms up. Exhale, letting them come down to our sides. Inhaling up. Exhale, dropping those elbows into cactus or goalpost arms, looking up towards the ceiling, pushing out our chest. Inhaling arms up. Exhaling into cactus. Inhaling up. Exhaling into cactus. One more time. Placing our hands on our knees, we're going to take some nice big seated circles. First one way, inhaling as we're tall, exhaling as we're scrunching and coming forward. This is one of my favorite moves, especially in the morning, to kind of get my back moving and a little bit more agile for my practice. And taking those circles the other way. And coming back to a nice straight back, taking those legs out in front of us, inhaling those arms up, exhale, forward fold. When we're folding here, it's really good to remember our alignment in our back. We want a nice straight back. Our neck should follow that straight line of our spine. And we just hinge forward until it's no longer to hinge forward. The goal isn't to reach our toes, and that causes a lot of roundness in our back and our neck. So we just want to keep that nice alignment here. So if we're still here, we're here. If we're laying flat, whatever works for you is absolutely perfect. Inhale both of those arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Remembering to take nice deep breaths. Coming back up, taking the right bottom of your foot, placing it alongside your left leg, either below your knee or above. Inhaling both arms up, rotating that torso so it's over your left leg, and exhale, forward fold. Inhaling those arms up and twisting over to our right side, left hand on right knee again. Looking over our right shoulder behind us. Getting a little new perspective. Keeping your left hand on your right knee, lift up your right arm and bring it overhead. Coming back up through center, unraveling, shaking out those legs, and taking it over to our left side, placing that left foot along our right, either below or above our knee, or even at ankles. Twisting our torso towards our right leg, inhale those arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhaling both arms up and twisting over to our left side, right hand on left knee, and looking over our left shoulder. Facing forward, keeping that right hand on our left knee, raising that left arm high above us. and bending slightly to the right. Unravel those arms. Bring your right foot to meet your left in butterfly or cobbler's pose here. Sitting up nice and tall, taking a nice big inhale and exhale, folding forward towards our feet, pushing out with our elbows towards our knees, relaxing our neck, breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling back up, bringing our knees to touch, keeping our feet on the mat. We're going to work on our core just a little bit here. You might want your strap or your scarf or your belt here. And we're going to start just by placing our hands behind our knees, lifting up our right foot, bringing it down, lifting up our left foot and bringing it down. And keep doing this back and forth, working on our balance, working on our core. Stay here or lift both feet up, keeping those knees bent, supporting yourself with the back of your knees and your hands, or extending those hands out. And you can also extend those legs long. This is a great spot for a strap, taking it and wrapping it around the bottoms of your feet, holding on, extending those legs straight. This really helps get your balance. And wherever you are at, let's take one more deep inhale and exhale. Put both of those feet back on the mat. Round forward, hugging your knees, dropping your neck. Inhaling and exhaling. Let it go. Sitting back up, taking our hands behind us, fingers pointing towards the front of our mat. Or if it feels more comfortable for you, you can have them towards the back of your mat as well. Walk those feet out mat width apart. And we're just going to windshield wiper those knees back and forth. Inhaling through center, exhaling as we drop them to one side. I want to add a little bit more to this. As we inhale, exhale, drop our knees, we're going to look over the opposite shoulder. Inhaling through center, exhaling, dropping the knees, and looking over the opposite shoulder. Going at your own breath, listening to your body. Let's do 4 more of these on each side. Paying attention to which side might be a little bit tighter. Coming back up to center here. We're going to sit up. We're going to swing those knees around and come into a tabletop position. I like to put a blanket underneath my one knee here. Nice good alignment, knees underneath hips, wrists and hands underneath shoulders. And of course, you always have permission to do these moves in a seated Sukhasana position as well. We're going to to move into a cat-cow. Inhaling, dropping our stomach, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding our back, pushing away from the mat, dropping our head. Inhaling, cow. Exhaling, cat. Inhaling, cow. Exhaling, cat. Let's do 4 more of these, loosening up that back at our own breath. And if we're sitting, these will look like inhaling, pushing out our chest, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding our back, dropping our chin to our chest. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming to a nice neutral spine here. We're going to walk our hands towards the end of our mat here. Rock forward a bit, and we're just going to rotate those hips around. Nice big circles one way. And if you're sitting, just do those body circles we did at the beginning of our practice. We're kind of mirroring some of our motions. And the other way. From here, we're going to come to a nice neutral position. We're going to tuck our toes, and we're going to lift up into our first down dog. Making sure our fingers are wide, we have a nice bend in our knees, and then just walk the dog a little bit here. Alternate, bringing those knees down, and then straight. Maybe shaking your head yes, shaking your head no, looking under one armpit and the other, and then coming to stillness. Taking a nice deep inhale and a big exhale. Walking those feet up to our hands to meet at the top of the mat in a nice forward fold. Maybe grabbing a block, bringing that earth up to you, keeping a nice bend in your knees or a big bend. Letting our necks just hang heavy. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling up to standing. Rolling those shoulders back, palms out, nice and grounded through our feet into Dasana or mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. Making sure that we're nice and grounded, a little bit wider stance here. We want our feet underneath our hips. We're going to make sure we're grounded in all 4 corners of our feet. Let's lift up those toes, spread them wide, and then slowly lower them 1 toe at a time. Rocking forward to the balls of our feet, to the right side, back to our heels, over to the left, to the front, and then coming back to a nice neutral position, nice and grounded in our practice. Inhale those arms up, exhale, sprinkle them back down. Inhale your arms up, grabbing your left wrist with your right hand and bending over to the right. Feeling that stretch all through your left side. remembering to breathe. Inhaling back up through center and reversing, grabbing the right wrist with your left hand and bending over to your left. Inhaling back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Having that nice flat back, hands that are fingers touching the floor, on our shins or up on our thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bringing those arms up overhead. Exhaling, hands through heart center. Nice big inhale and exhale. Stepping our left foot forward, pointing towards the front of our mat. Taking that right foot long behind us, parallel to the back of our mat. Our left knee should be over our left ankle. We're gonna rotate our hips facing the long way. Extend those arms. Look over our left fingers into our warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Rotate the front palm up and bring it high overhead, dropping that right arm down along our back leg for a nice peaceful warrior. Back to our warrior two. And exhaling into our peaceful warrior. Inhaling warrior two. Exhaling, moving forward, dropping that left forearm onto our left thigh, right arm long overhead into a nice humble warrior. Inhaling warrior two. Exhaling humble warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Now we're going to inhale, bringing our hands to meet overhead and straightening that front leg. Exhale back into our warrior two. Inhaling up. Exhaling warrior two. And two more times here at your own pace. Meeting back in warrior two, rotating forward. Our toes should be facing the corners of each end of our mat. Coming down into a nice squat, goddess pose, arms up or in prayer. Inhale, exhale, sink just a little bit deeper. Inhale, straighten those legs, straighten those arms, turn into the star that you are. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Rotating to the back of our mat so that we move into warrior two on our right side. Getting a new look and a new perspective at the world. Inhaling, looking over those right hand fingers. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, moving into peaceful warrior. Left hand long down our left leg, right hand overhead. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, dropping that right arm onto our right thigh, left hand overhead, humble warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale into humble warrior. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, let it go. On your inhale, bring those hands to meet overhead, straighten that right leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten everything up. Exhale, warrior two. Two more of those. rotating our hips to face the side of our mat, toes pointing forward this time. Hands on hip. Your stance can be long or shorter. We're going to hinge at the waist and drop down into a nice wide-legged forward fold. Hands on the ground or on a block for support. Letting our head hang heavy. Shaking it, yes. Shaking it, no. Breathing in and breathing out. Placing our hands firmly on the ground or on our block. Heel toe your feet back in underneath your hips for a straight-legged forward fold. Inhale, bringing our arms up overhead. Exhaling down through heart center. Inhaling those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Planting those hands on the ground. Walking our feet back into a high plank or dropping our knees for a low plank. Keeping this position, you've got it. Wherever you're at, you are strong, you are capable. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. 2 more, you got it. And then slowly lowering yourself to the mat, onto the belly. Taking your hands in front of you, right hand on top of left, placing your left cheek on your right hand, and then just shaking your hips back and forth, coming to stillness, allowing your body to sink deep into the mat. Feeling your belly rise as you inhale. Bringing hands underneath shoulder, forehead to the mat. Inhale up into cobra. Exhale forward, forehead to the mat. Inhale up into cobra, lifting our chest off the mat. Exhale, bringing everything back down. Inhale, looking over our right shoulder. Exhale, coming down, forehead on mat, chest on mat. Inhale, looking over left shoulder. Exhale, forehead to mat. Let's do 2 more of these on each side, keeping pace to our own inhales and exhales. And then meeting back with our hands in front of us, left hand on top of right hand, right cheek on left hand, and rock those hips back and forth again. And then coming to stillness and allowing yourself to sink deep into the mat. This time, we're going to place our elbows underneath our shoulders so that our fingers and forearms are facing towards the front of our mat, laying flat on the mat. Our chest is up in a nice Sphinx pose. Feeling that stretch in our lower back. walking our arms out so that they're in that goalpost cactus position. And then slowly bringing our right knee up to meet our right elbow, rotating our neck if that's accessible to you, to look over your left shoulder, getting that nice stretch and hip opener on the right side. Bringing that right leg back to meet the left. Bringing the left knee up to meet your left elbow. And looking over your right shoulder. Noticing the subtle differences between the left hip and the right hip. Which one's a little tighter? Has it loosened up since we windshield wipered back and forth? Bringing that left leg back to meet the right. And then pushing yourself back into child's pose. Your knees can be together here, arms stretch out long in front of you, or you can take your knees out wide and sink back for a wide-legged child's pose here. Or if this bothers your knees, then just stay on your stomach. Extend those arms long out in front of you. Rest your forehead on the mat and allow yourself to breathe. And just completely sink in and surrender to this practice. Coming back up into a nice seated position, legs out long in front of you. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, let them relax at your side. Take your right leg, putting your right foot on the mat, either alongside your left leg or crossing over it. Taking your left arm, wrapping it around your right knee, and twisting open over to your right side, looking over your right shoulder. Now, if this is a little bit too much of a twist and it just doesn't feel right, try wrapping your right arm around your right knee and then opening up to your left and looking over your left shoulder. Either one is perfectly acceptable here. Or just stay neutral. Wrap both arms around your knee. I am just your guide. Your body is your first teacher. One last big inhale and exhale. Coming forward, Wrapping both your arms around that knee. Inhaling, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, sinking over that knee. Maybe bending your left knee so it's bent here. Making sure if you do this, both of your sits bones are still on the mat. If they aren't, and your right side lifts up, straighten your left leg back out. Inhaling back up. Release that right leg long, shake it out, and move over to our left side, taking that same rotation you took. Inhaling back through center, wrapping both arms around that left knee. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhale, holding over that bent knee. Inhaling back up, unraveling, shaking out those legs. Keeping them out long in front of us. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll down to laying flat on your mat. Bringing both knees up to your chest, hugging them in tight, rocking from side to side. Giving our back a little bit of a massage here. Making some nice big circles with our knees. And slowly making them small. And when they're as small as they can get, rotate your circle. Starting small and working your way out big. Dropping your left leg long on the mat. Hug your right knee in, close to your chest. Place your right hand on your right knee and slowly guide it open to the right side. Left arm should be long beside you. Mirroring that hip opener we did on our stomach. This is a great place to grab a block, place it underneath your knee to give you a little bit more support. Bringing your knee back up through center. Taking your left hand and guiding that, or your left hand and guiding that right knee over to your left side. Right arm long beside you, looking over your right shoulder, getting that nice twist. Again, grab a block here if you need it to rest your knee on. Coming back up through center, extending that right leg up high above us, rotating that ankle one way and the other, pointing and flexing our toes, and then slowly lowering it back down to the mat. Bring that right knee up to your chest. Guiding it open to your left side with your left hand, getting that nice hip opener on the left side. And then taking that twist over to your right side, guiding that left knee with your right hand, looking over your left shoulder. Doing that nice deep twist here. Bringing it back to center, extending it long above us, rotating that ankle one way and the other, flexing and pointing that toe, and bringing it long back to the mat. Extending our arms up overhead, getting a nice big full body stretch. Rotate those ankles and those wrists one way and the other. Grabbing your left wrist with your right hand and then bringing them to the top right corner of your mat. So you're getting that stretch on the left side, and then slowly walk your feet over to the bottom right corner of your mat, so you're in that crescent moon shape. If you'd like to deepen this stretch, take your left foot and cross it over your right, and then breathe into this stretch, feeling that beautiful stretch down the left side of your body. Inhaling through center and taking it over to our left side, grabbing that right wrist with our left hand, bringing our hands to the left top corner of our mat, our feet to the bottom left corner of our mat, crossing that right ankle over left, sinking into this stretch. Bringing everything back to neutral, extending those arms out long overhead, getting one more nice big full body stretch, and then exhale, bringing those arms down to our sides, allowing our legs to relax and our feet to fall open, maybe grabbing your blanket here to cover up. Get yourselves nice and comfortable for that final Shavasana. I know that a lot of times we see this as a great place to stop and get up and get moving and to just skip Shavasana. But I invite you to stay here, to stay present, and allow yourself to just be for these brief moments in Shavasana. It's one of the hardest poses in our yoga practice because it does require you to be still, and we're so used to just go, and our bodies crave this stillness so much. So get yourselves nice and comfortable. Allow your bodies to completely relax. Close your eyes. Feel the air move all through your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Trying not to think about your to-do list for the day, allowing your thoughts to just float by like clouds, acknowledging them and then letting them go. Completely allow yourself to relax, to close your eyes, and to enjoy the stillness and the quiet. I'll guide you out when it's time. Allowing your toes and your feet to relax. Allowing your ankles and your lower legs to relax. Relaxing your knees and your thighs. Feeling that relaxation through your hips, your pelvis. Allow it to move through your abdomen and your chest, down through your arms and into your fingers, and back up into your shoulders and your neck, allowing your jaw to relax, your tongue to relax, your eyes and your thoughts. Bringing an awareness back into our toes and our fingers, maybe wiggling them a little bit, rocking our necks from side to side, rolling over to our side, curling up into a bit of a fetal position here, allowing yourselves to just come back to the here and the now. And slowly, as you're ready, coming up into our Sukhasana. Bringing our hands to heart center. Dropping our head. Taking a nice inhale and exhale. May you go through the rest of your day with love and kindness. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that practice and the rest of your day is beautiful.